What's up guys, Kyle here, and today we're going to be talking about my top 10 favorite RV apps. These apps will not only save you time and energy, they also might save you a couple bucks. So without further ado, let's roll that intro and hop into the video. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of wing this and go through this folder on my phone called folder name that should probably be called RV apps, and we will start with the first one, which is going to be the KOA app. Guys, whenever we're traveling, if we can find a KOA, that's where we book. So this app comes in useful all the time. Taking a look at our homepage here, we can search for campgrounds up here at the top, and we can search Colorado and look at all the different KOAs around Colorado. We can go back and look at our KOA rewards number, as well as how many points we have available. We've got all the KOAs nearby using our current location. Looks like it's also using our current location to show us some weather information. Over here, like I showed you at the top of the homepage, you can just search for different campgrounds, different KOAs in Nebraska. Looks like Nebraska's only got 3 KOAs. You can look at the recent campgrounds you've looked at on this page, as well as campgrounds you've saved as your favorite campgrounds. You can look at your upcoming reservations at any KOAs that you plan to stay at in the future and have already booked your stay. Moving over here to the rewards tab, it'll show you how many rewards points you have available, as well as the expiration date on your rewards membership. If we click down here on earn, redeem, we can look at the different rewards available to you with the points that you've acquired so far, staying at the KOAs you've stayed at. And I think that pretty much wraps it up for the KOA apps. So let's move to RV dump sites. Guys, when we're boondocking for an extended period of time, we do have quite large tanks on the Grand Design 376 toy hauler. That being said, any of you that have boondocked and ended up with full tanks, we know that is not fun. RV dump site just helps you find a dump location to empty out your tanks near you. If we take a look here at our current location here in Colorado Springs, let's see. So if you look up here in the top left, it looks like you got a little key. The green campgrounds are going to be free, or the green markers are going to be free. The red markers are paid for dump sites. The blue markers are for guests of that campground only. Only guests actively staying at that campground are allowed to dump in those campgrounds. And the black, no one's put info on yet. So it looks like around us we don't have any free ones. We've got some with no info and some pay ones, and it looks like we've got one guest only. So that gives you a good idea. And if we click on one of these paid ones, it gives you a little bit of information. It says it's $18 for anybody that's not staying at that campground to dump there, and free for campers. The last time someone confirmed that this dump site was used was August 28th, 2017, so quite a while ago. But just a little bit about that. That's going to be in the Chatfield State Park in Littleton, Colorado. Let's click on another one. Jefferson RV Storage, Jefferson, Colorado. Directly in front of the Jefferson Lake entrance, National Forest 285, South Colorado. One stop does it all. Waste RV, water fill, water RV fill hookup sites, and more coming. Okay, so not only can you dump your tanks there, you can refill your fresh water tank to completely reset you up for boondocking. You have now emptied your tanks, refilled your water, and you're ready to go back out and essentially have been completely reset on time. And I think that's going to do it for RV dump sites. So let's move on to Road Trip Planner. Now, Road Trip Planner is just kind of a fun app while you are traveling down the road. If you've got a little bit of time during your travel day and you want to experiment around and see some of the sites, you can start a new trip, and let's say that we are going to Montana. So from our current location to Montana, along the route it's going to show us hotels, things to do, food and drinks, camping and RVs, outdoor activities, points of interest, amusements, and something that starts with an N, and my save places, which I don't have any save places, so that shouldn't show anything. So when we hit start trip, it creates the trip, and now it's going to show us right here, and Montana way up here. Now, the closer that we get, the more activities we're going to see. So the further out you are, the bigger attractions you see, like Rocky Mountain National Park. The closer that you zoom in, the more attractions you see in that area, such as the United States Air Force Academy, Jellystone Park at Larkspur, some different hotel and lodging options, Starbucks, and just different restaurants, coffee shops, amusement parks, and all different kinds of attractions and fun things to do along your route. When you do find something that you're interested in, if you click on it, they have a little bit more details on it, as well as reviews, photos, nearby attractions, nearby hotels if you're looking for somewhere to stay around there. So this is a great app if you have an extended travel day and you're looking to see a little bit while on the road. And that's going to wrap us up for Roadtrippers, so let's move on to Freeroam. Freeroam is an app I use all the time, guys. I mentioned it in my dry camping video, and I'm going to mention it again in this video because it is one of my favorite apps. I use Freeroam to find most all of our boondocking and dry camping locations. It's like the hotels.com of free campsites. So getting in here, and we'll zoom out and take a look. So let me give you a look at the legend. So it looks like the green campgrounds are going to be paid campgrounds with reviews. The orange campgrounds are free campgrounds. I don't know why that's not labeled. I know that because I primarily only stay in the orange campgrounds. The blue arrows are rest areas, and the Walmart looking logos are, shocker, Walmarts. So this helps when you're looking for a free overnight spot, whether it be in a Walmart parking lot or a rest area for a quick overnight stay, or you're looking for a paid campground that has reviews and photos, or a free campground to spend a couple days. Freeroam is the app to use. So if we go and click on one of these free campgrounds, such as Dominguez Canyon up by Grand Junction, Colorado, it'll give you quite a bit more info about that campsite, directions. You can add the campground to your trip and put it on your route. If we move over here to reviews, you can see reviews written by people who have already stayed there, along with pictures of the campsite. Like I said, it's like the hotels.com of free campsites. The days of backpacking in, driving around, and hoping that you fit, and hoping that you can find a campsite that's available and that fits your needs is over with Freeroam, guys. I mean, it goes so far as to even have a pretty in-depth search filter where you can change the maximum price that you're willing to pay, what kind of cell service you would like that campsite to have, how much bars of that cell service you would like that campsite to have, the fullness, the crowdedness, the road difficulty, the shade, safety, noise, weather. I mean, average low, average high, elevation, if there's dump stations or groceries or fresh water nearby this boondocking place. I mean, you can choose from the amenities, you can search the review rating, and you can even put your rig length in there to make sure that you fit down these roads and fit into these National Forest and Bureau of Land Management camp spots. Once again, guys, Freeroam is an awesome app. We use it all the time. It's downloaded on both of our phones, and that's going to wrap that one up for us. Let's go ahead and move on to RV Parky. Now, I really haven't used RV Parky very much, but essentially it finds RV parks near you and that fit your needs. So you click the middle button here, search near me, and it'll show you different places around you to stay. Now, it looks like we have Walmarts and different campgrounds and overnight places to stay here. So this is just another app to help you find a place when you're in a pinch or when you're planning a trip like you should be ahead of time. This is just another great app when you're traveling and trying to plan out your overnight stays to help you find a campground that fits all of your needs, or an overnight stay to relax and turn your generator on and save a few bucks. Like I said, I haven't used this one very much, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up, and that's really all I'm going to say about this app. Moving on to Trucker Path. Now, this app is designed for truckers, but when you're hauling 30 to 40 feet behind you, you do run into a lot of the same problems that truckers do have, so this app has proved to be quite useful. So it shows things like truck stops, way stations, parking, fuel, truck washes, different facilities, hotels, and Walmarts that big trucks and big rigs fit inside of. Now, having said that, if you do join the Gold membership, You actually get truck routing, and you're able to put exactly how long your rig is, and it will only suggest fuel stations, truck washes, and also routes through towns that rigs of that size can fit through. So if you're ever nervous about can I fit, can I turn, Trucker Path will bring you peace of mind if you sign up for that gold or even diamond membership with a couple other perks that I'm not going to get into. Just climb on the Google Play Store or the App Store and take a look at Trucker Path and see which membership is right for you. Moving on to an app that has absolutely nothing to do with RVing, but we use it all the time considering we carry a canoe, so I'm going to put it on here for all of my friends out there with watercraft or that are just looking to spend some time near water with a launch pad for no reason. I always wear a life jacket. So essentially, Go Paddle shows me different places around where I am or around where I'm going that I can launch in my canoe or kayak. So if we look at one of these places like Prospect Lake Access, we can look at the location details and see a satellite map of it. You can see some of the different amenities that it has, if it has a boat ramp, if it has campsites so that you can camp there as well, if there's a permit required, and we've got some comments down here. It looks like it was closed as of August 1st, 2020 due to a blue-green algae. That's nasty. So once again, not an app that has anything to do with RVing at all, but we find it incredibly useful during our RV travels. Moving over to the next app, it looks like we're going to be looking at the National Parks app. Guys, we love national parks. We've got a goal to check off all of the national parks in the United States. The National Park app is incredibly informative. Anytime you check into a national park, you're gonna get a little pamphlet that has a map and has all of the information about that park. But a lot of times before checking into the national park and before arriving at the gates of the national park, you like to have a little bit of information about your vacation. This app is wonderful for that. Let's go ahead and take a look at one of our favorites, Yellowstone. So it'll give you different trail maps all over Yellowstone so that you can plan out your hikes and really take a look at what you want to do while you're in Yellowstone. While we are planning, make sure to take a look at the gyms tab, which shows you all of the gyms inside Yellowstone that you need to see before leaving. Now, Yellowstone and most national parks are jam-packed with gyms, so make sure to check out this page beforehand and make a list of the ones that are important to you to see so that you can map those out before arriving at the national park. Directly underneath our gyms page is going to be our best hikes page. So you already looked at the trails maps, you got an idea of what hikes you want to take. If you go to the featured hikes, it'll show you the different level of hikes, how long the hikes are, and a little description of the hike as well as a rating of the hike in stars from 1 to 5. So that's pretty cool. Moving to the right of that tab, you will see the Photos tab where you can check out all the cool photos. This might help you when you're looking at the Gyms tab above this and wondering which gyms are more important to you. Maybe you should look at the photos and see if you can match up a gym and a photo and plan your day that way. Directly underneath our best hikes is family-friendly activities. A lot of these hikes and outdoor activities in these national parks can be quite grueling. And when you have kids or maybe elderly family member or someone with a physical ailment, these family-friendly gyms are a fantastic way for everyone to enjoy the park and see all the different things that it has to offer. And directly underneath photos and the last tab on this specific national park page is my to-do list. As you go through all these other tabs, you can add them to your to-do list to better give yourself an idea of your itinerary for your days inside of the national park. Now, every national park has the same tabs, so depending on which state you're in and what national park you're planning to visit, this app will help you put together an itinerary and have a better plan before arriving at the gates and getting all the information from the park rangers. Moving on to our next app, we're going to be looking at Alltrails. Alltrails is very similar to Go Paddling for hiking. Alltrails shows me all of the different hiking trails near me. It shows me family-friendly trails, the best views nearby, trails less traveled. You can browse by activity, hiking, mountain biking, running, backpacking. They've got dog-friendly trails nearby, weekend-worthy trails, the best waterfalls. You can browse by suitability. Is it suitable for dogs? Do they allow dogs on the trails? Is it kid friendly? Is it a wide enough trail for a stroller to fit on or a wheelchair? You can look at the more moderate trails nearby if you're like me and you're in awful shape and you want to get outdoors and you want to see nature, but you don't want to see it hunched over a rock wrenching your guts out. Moderate trails might be where you stay. Oh my god, what was that? That didn't happen. Moderate trails might be where you want to stay. If you're planning for hiking and you don't know the area and you're not 100% sure where you want to hike, Alltrails is a fantastic app to help you find the trail that fits your needs. Alright, moving on to our last app. It is going to be the Good Sam camping app for Good Sam members. I got my Good Sam membership when I used to shop at Camping World. I actually don't use it a ton, so I don't know if I'll renew it when it's up. That being said, so this app essentially just shows a list of all the RV parks in the area that you're in or traveling to that offer discounts to Good Sam Club members. Like I said, guys, I don't use this app a ton. I probably won't keep this membership, but because I do use it sometimes, it is in this folder, therefore it is on this video. And that wraps up my top 10 favorite RV apps, guys. I hope that you found this useful and maybe it gave you an idea for an app to add to your folder that maybe has a name. If you guys have an app that I forgot that you really like that I need to try out, make sure to drop it in the comments down low. I am always open to new suggestions, and being the geek that I am, love playing with new apps and love more efficient ways to travel. And don't forget, if you guys like this video, like any of our videos, or like us in general, please remember to hit that red subscribe button before you hit the red X and hop off the internet today. And we will see you guys next time.